Let's talk about getting more abstract, especially for those of us that maybe painted realistically before, or that's the only type of lesson that we've taken. We want to go more in the abstract, and it seems like it's something easier said than done, right? You would think that it's just slashing paint around, and how could, like, anyone could do that, right? Like, you don't even have to know how to paint. But then when we actually start doing it, it's like, oh, I had no idea. So let me give you, if that's you, a couple of easy things to do to get you over from that realistic to a more abstract realm. Let me use myself as an example. I started always wanting to paint a little abstract, but inadvertently got into the realistic side of it, painting landscapes, because that's all that I could find classes on. And I needed classes because I had no idea where to start. And then I just didn't know where to go from there, and it got me stuck. So if you like to paint still life at all, but just want to abstract it, here's some easy tips on how to do that. First of all, I would say put down the paintbrush, or at minimum, stop using those little paintbrushes, because that's what keeps us in that very tight, restricted, realistic realm. Swap it out for something at least wide like this. This is a 3-inch brush, and it's a little wet still, but I use mainly this at minimum 2 inches brush is what I do. And if you can, try something like this. This is an 8-inch wide brush. This will not let you keep details. It just will not. So that's my first recommendation. And then after that, you gotta put the paintbrushes down. You gotta try things that are not paintbrushes. So let me show you what I mean. This is a palette knife, but it's much wider than the regular ones. This is a spatula, a cake frosting spatula. It's not even a painting tool. And you're gonna find that, you can take stuff like this and just move paint around, and that's how you get those cool effects. A squeegee, a shower squeegee, I use them all the time to drag paint around. And it's just, you can go all different directions, and it just changes things dramatically. A color shaper is another thing that has turned out to be one of my favorite. It's a soft silicone. It looks like a paintbrush, but it's not. Soft silicone, and you move paint around. You can scrape it away. You can do so many things with that. And then one of the things that I use mostly on this part, creating this broken up area down here, a piece of butcher paper. And look at, I don't throw it away. Like, this becomes more valuable to me over time, because all this paint that dried here, it creates different levels, waviness within this paper. And when I put paint on it again, there's little crevices, right? So it doesn't get into every section, and then I just transfer it and I move it. I'll put different colors on, or I'll put the paint here and I go like this, and then I'll move it. And it's a really fun way to keep you from creating something specific. But if you like something specific, like painting vintage cars or florals, well, you can do that too, but maybe what I would suggest is using a different tool. Don't do it with a paintbrush. Use a different tool and see what it gets you. You're gonna feel so limited. You could even start with something like this, smack it down, and then with something so awkward, just start drawing around it and see what you get. I think it's gonna really surprise you, but you don't have to stay stuck in that realistic realm. Just branch out, try different tools. I mean, these are some of my all-time favorites. And look at, I used mostly I used no paintbrushes creating this one. Not even with these lines, it was just maybe something like this that I did. And it's a lot of fun. And I think you'll see it frees you up to go even more abstract.